Good evening, folks. I'm Landon with Mermaid Press. Today, we're going to talk about defensive driving. Stay with me. So the reason I want to talk about defensive driving, it's something we all do every day, and guess what? It's one of the most dangerous things in life that we do. One example I like to use on this channel is going to the grocery store with your kids. You want to do that as safely as possible? Got some considerations for you at least. The least amount of stress possible when you go out. Okay, but first we're going to go over some stats, just to wrap your mind around some of the tips I'm going to give after this. So first off, 1.13 million fatalities per year worldwide. Okay, I got all these off of Google. I'll put the site I got these stats off of in the description. But that's 1.3 million worldwide. 38,800 fatalities in the USA in 2019. Which also adds 4.4 million injuries that people had to go to the hospital for. I don't know about you, but I can't afford a hospital bill right now. You and I would probably end up on the hospital payment plan. Just saying. 267 fatalities per year are caused with a vehicle backing up over somebody. 31% of these fatalities are children under 5. That's little Susie playing with the ball in the driveway and you back out because you're in a hurry for work. Okay? I want these to let you understand you need to keep your eyes open. DWIs caused 30% of fatalities in 2017. 30%. It's a pretty high number. Then we'll go to some lighter-hearted stuff. 21% of crashes are weather-related. 70% of them are due to wet pavement. 46% are due to actual rainfall coming from either blocking view from the windshield or physically making the ground wet, being on the ground, having layers of water that's falling. 18 inches due to snow and slush. That's even the half-melted, salt-covered stuff that's on the side of the road in the ditch. 13% is due to ice. 3% of that is due to fog. Kind of like the Scooby-Doo fog. You know when he cuts the donut out of the fog and dips it in the bucket, eats it like a donut, even though it looks like steam mop water he's drinking it out of. And distracted drivers, this survey is specifically from 6 countries, unnamed countries in the tip I saw, but 35% of those drivers admitted to changing clothes while driving, 13% admitted to doing makeup, and 15% admitted to doing sexual activity while driving. Good for them, but I feel like this number's a little exaggerated and these are underreported. So take these stats in particularly with a little bit of a grain of salt. So let's get into some tips. I just got a few. First off, back into a parking spot. A lot of accidents caused when you're backing up, right? If you pull into the driveway, just take the extra couple seconds when you get off work to make sure that you have a clean exit when you leave. You can see everything in front of the car. You might as well not back up and, obscure those corners in the morning when you're all tired. Do it when you're ready to get home. Take the extra time. 2, understand what a yield sign does. Okay, a yield sign is an upside down triangle with a red outline, a yellow center, or a white center, and red letters that say yield. That does not mean stop. But it does say, if you're reading this, you yield to other traffic. So if you're going onto an on-ramp, you are yielding. You are supposed to stop or get out of the way from moving traffic in that lane of travel you're trying to get into. A lot of people just don't know what yield means, and that's okay. It's been a long time since driving school for some of us, okay? And following distance. Big thing about following distance. I know we got our tailgaters out there, okay? I've seen you pushing mom's minivan down the interstate, making sure you get to where you're going on time. I'm going to relight my cigar here. Coffee and a cigar go together pretty good. So your following distance. A good follow distance, especially when you're stopped at a red light to gauge, is you want to be able to see the entire vehicle in front of you. Right? So we're going to need to see from the roof to the rubber. And when I say rubber, I mean at the pavement. And then we want to see a little pavement between us and them, okay? Let us know we got that little buffer room in case somebody pushes us into them. That's mainly while stopped, but while driving, we follow the 3-second rule, okay? 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and I pass the same fence post. It's roughly about the time you need to stop at 45 miles an hour is where the 3-second rule comes from. Understand your blind spots. Every vehicle has a blind spot. Understand them and try to stay out of other people's blind spots, especially semi-trucks. Remember the thing that says on the back of the trailer, if they can't see you, or if they can't see you in the mirrors, you're just invisible. Okay, so you need to be able to see the mirrors, and it helps to be able to see the driver, but you need to pay more attention. Just stay out of people's blind spots, especially for semi-trucks. And speaking of semi-trucks, there's passing room. This is the main tip I want to talk about because I see it often when I'm driving. People don't understand that semi-trucks take a long time to stop. Most of them are pulling 80,000 pounds. Or a dump truck, they're pulling a lot of gravel or trash or whatever they're doing. It takes a long time for them to stop. Yes, they have bigger brakes, but they also have a massive payload. So when you pass them and there's somebody pushing you, typically, and you get immediately in front of them, if you see that dog that runs out in front of everybody, because everybody knows the dog, there's that one dog, you will have to immediately mash your brakes if you don't want to kill the dog. And that semi-truck can do the same thing, but he will pass the part where he is going to stop is past where you are going to stop. He will hit you. And we all don't need bills for the car. Alright? So remember the tips. Back in, understand yield signs, check your follow distances, understand your blind spots, and remember, give everybody a little bit of passing room. Look up your own stats, find out what you need to do to make yourself safe on your next trip to the grocery store. Take care of your families. Stay safe.